Hi, hello. I'm Michi and that's my channel. Today, I always wanted to ask you which puzzle should I puzzle, and I want to show you all the puzzles that I got. And if you want a special puzzle, especially puzzled by a specially challenge or whatsoever, and I always struggle, of course, I decided on my own, but I think it's my own doing. It's my own channel. It's my own decision how I make my videos or what I wish you to see. And it's self-instructed. It's really, I'm selfish. So I have got 1 or 2 or 3 puzzles and projects in my mind that I wanted to do all that time in the last months, but I have puzzled a big puzzle and I could do nothing else. I have a crypt puzzle with a sky on it. My son bought it and I really want to do this. I have a small wooden puzzle from Ravensburger. My daughter bought it and I would like to review it. And I have a mixtape, 200 piece Ravensburger. It's so easy and it's so fun. I have a second also that's also a nice fun. And then I have this BTS puzzle. My daughter is a really huge BTS fan and she says I could do this puzzle. It's, I think, not many puzzle pieces, but it's a frame, so you can do the puzzle. It's not opened, it's cellophane seal. I think it didn't have a cellophane or this is taken off, but it's not open the pieces today. I really have to open the pieces and she let me try to do it. And I have a truffle puzzle with these hidden objects and a castellan puzzle that I want to puzzle, and I have these 2 color wheels from Ravensburger and I love them both. The sweets are so funny to build. It's so funny to build. It's so funny to build. I've built this, I think, since I've got it 5 or 6 times, and every time I want to do it again and again. It's so sweet. And I've taken on footage already. I've puzzled it once on camera, and also this color wheel I've puzzled already, but I didn't clip the tapes and make a video for this. But I'm thinking about mixing the 2 together. It's not that mixing them together is that challenging. Of course, they are so unique from the pattern or the colors. They would sort it out easily one from another. And I also want to see if the cut is the same, and I want to play a little bit with that. I'm really interesting. Is the cut the same? Could I mix them together and have a piece there and piece there? Could it be that it's a little bit difficult when I'm mixing them together? Today we mix up the 2 color wheels together and see how it goes. See if the cut is the same. Can I mix them together? How would it look like when I insert a cake in the countries? I'm really interested in this. And so it's a nice little slow going puzzle where I know it's no problem and I didn't get frustrated anymore. I really want to have this nice slow going thing that's not that troublesome or not that difficult. I only want to do a puzzle on the table, and now mixing them together, it's a nice funny idea, I think. So if you have any ideas or wishes for new projects and you see a puzzle or or something what you want me to do, then write me in the comment and I try to realize these ideas. But in the meantime, I do that what I want to do, and it's a eco trip, so take me by. And maybe I'm selfish. So getting up, see that the camera setting is in, and then looking at the pieces, and we try to solve the two simultaneously. Right for me. So that had me these two puzzles. I don't think I used the first time lap, but so here is the first one. Dumping the pieces out. And here is this poster of it. It's also really nice, but to be honest, I don't need this. What should I do with the poster? I don't know. And here is the second one. It's in the zipper bag. I'm tidy. No, I'm not. I normally take the puzzles and lose the box. I really must be more carefully with my puzzles. That's the second one with the poster. So now they are at 1,000 pieces. Maybe puzzle us. And we're mixing them together. It's so funny to mixing up two puzzles together. I really don't get the idea that it's nice to do that. I've done it 1 or 2 times, but it's always a little bit, why should I do this? I mean, I could solve it, but why should I do this? It's mixing up two puzzles, one of my unique specials that I do the whole time on. I don't know, but I think this was a good idea. So let's begin with sorting the pieces and piles. And so, like I said, they really have unique colors, and I could sort them by color really easily. And so at the first sight I knew which puzzle is which, and here the colors to sort is not that easy. So, but maybe we should do this and make a rainbow. The violets and blues get here. Where's the green in the rainbow? I think after the blue. Make this, but the dark green, and reds are on the other side. Not the pinks, oranges, green, yellow is here. Is yellow here? Is yellow here? I think yellow is here. So, and here are the green. I don't think that the cakes are that good to sort out. Maybe the piles were a little bit bigger, because they're really distinct colors, but the pink and the red in this is also not easy to sort. I think I do them together. So maybe the orange cakes. The brown is also a little section where I don't know how. The red. They are together. I've stopped talking. You will see me sorting. it's not the tidy that I wanted, but it's and the sweets color wheel is not so easy to swap. The green and the blue are really distinct, and some of the purple is also, but the yellow and orange got blended together, and the same with this too, so it's not so easy. And I think I've searched about the the middle ones and they fit perfectly together, so I think I could mix a little bit. I don't know how to build, but maybe I build one with a half of this and a half of this, and the second with a half of this and a half of this. I don't know. It's so funny to thinking about this, taking this parts together and making the wrong direction. But it's easy to build, maybe. Yes. So let me see how the gameplay goes. There are the colors. The things in. So this color blue is really a tall, big section here. That's the whole blues. Of course, they are so slightly different that you can't see this. That also have an extra pile for each. So I really think I'll start with this blue from this puzzle. And this puzzle is the easiest section, are these greens and the blue. And maybe I do this and this together. And then I'll try to fill in here, so what I can get in here, and trying to fill in the other, trying to make one wheel, especially with the sweets of one corner and on the other corner the second puzzle. Maybe I mix them together a little bit by puzzling, but I don't know. I think it would be surprisingly, but I think I try to begin with the blues on the one puzzle and the green and the blues on the one and the other puzzle. So the two blues get them together with each other, but I think I will try to take them in the middle together, but I don't know how. And maybe we do then the other around the other colors in the other direction. Maybe I do this color or this color to attach to them, but I think I will do this and maybe this a little bit, and then I try to fill in the rest of the puzzle. Of course, could fill it with white. I could fill it with the with the sweet puzzle. And let's see how that's that's the begin. So let me swap a little bit around and get off all the pieces that I didn't need at the time of now, and then we start to puzzle. So I think we overlap a little so that you can see both of the puzzles. It's so a strange way, because the one thing is really only pattern, color, and lines between, and then the form. Of course, in the white you really have to show and look after the piece cuts. But with the sweets, I really puzzle this by texture and thing on it. Not only by color, you can sort them by color, but there are a bunch of things that's the same distinct color, but there's so many cakes and so many things that you didn't can sort it accurate. So you have a bunch of pieces, and then you try to fill in the cakes and the sweets and trying to connect them, and it really, it's more puzzling by what is on the puzzle and to which cake it belongs. And while this one thing is more how did the cakes go together, is, oh, there are straight lines. There are straight lines, and this pattern is in this row, and this pattern is in this row, and this pattern is in this row, and I have bold colors, and although that's a really large, and the colors are not so distinct, so that's maybe 3 column blocks, but the dark middle and a bit middle blue, they are so blended in each other. The darker you can see a little bit, but there no chance between these two, is not much difference. They look exactly the same. That's the pile, and yes, that's a really good bunch to start with. And also here the pinks and the little more violet pinks are the same, but this column is mainly white, so that's not much pieces. So it's nice to separate. This world card map is the only thing that makes it a little bit difficult. I think it's the whites in it. And I really think when it's a mandala without this many countries in it, then it would be nicer. I think the pattern to do is really it's so funny, but the white is always a little bit I have to concentrate and have to take every piece and to have to look up to the shape, and that's why I the color wheel from the country, from the world map, is not so my favorite. I think this continent, although the continents are not so many, like the water is the rest, and the water is many, but the white, I don't like it. I don't like this cutting out on the white. Maybe when the countries are not white, but a light shading gradient itself, so that it's blended in. Maybe that would be nicer. And therefore I love the cakes, because you really can do the puzzle without these colors in mind. So you only have to sort them by color, but you can do a cake and cakes and macarons and donuts and ice creams, and you always have a piece in the hand, and you know, oh, that must go to the macarons, or that must go to the cakes, or to the cookies, or to the ice cream, or to the apple with glance on it, with the pudding or jelly. with the what's Zimtschneck in English? I don't know. And the pancake. That's a so really funny puzzle, and that was a switching between two strategies of building the puzzle. So looking at the piece shape, trying to fill in the pattern, trying to fill in the gaps, but in between there is cake. I'm starting with doing a little bigger section, and then I try to break it up and do another color, and then halfway through I break up a little section here. But the most of them is cake, and there are the most of this is, well, well, maybe, no, that's also a really big pattern. I started with these twos and connected them, and then make vice versa these two sections, and then I play a little with it, and then insert this here because I knew this, and then I start to do this. This is a little bit difficult because there's so many whites in it, and I don't want to do the whites till the end, so I really wait till the end till I get filling, till I have everything else from this puzzle in. So I do first the orange so that I knew where my white pieces go, and there are not many whites, so it wouldn't be that much what is missing or too much pieces for this puzzle. But this mixed together puzzling was really funny, and the funniest thing is they have exactly the same cut. You can do this. You can mixing more. You can do the section in between. It's so funny. I think I make a whole puzzle, 2 whole puzzles out of it till the end, but it was a so funny process. If you have 2 of them, try to mix them together. It's so a funny experience. I love the cake between the work, but it's so funny. I don't know which is which. So, yeah. Maybe it's the easiest way to swap these 2 and then swap the other section. Maybe we do this together. So let me try to take this out. They hold together nicely, but not so that you can throw them out. But it's really funny. So. So the first step is done, the orange is now in, and you see the puzzle better. And the section here is so let's throw them in here. Oh no, there is a piece missing. So this puzzle is already finished. I think the idea was I think the idea of mixing up the puzzles together and doing it one by one, and not only doing it one by one in separate puzzles but in separate sections, and doing them and swapping them was really a funny idea. I think we could I'm not a stop motion or shorts, but I think with that you can play easily. So I hope you have enjoyed this funny building. That's really a puzzle you can do with the colors and the picture, and that's more a little bit tricky about meditating doing the colors by colors, doing the patterns. It's also a nice thing to recognize, but here you have in the whites puzzle with the shapes, and yes, there is a handful white. It didn't look that much, but it is a little pile on its own, like one of the section got a little pile, and the whites also have this little pile or the same amount of puzzles like one of the segments. So I really highly recommend both of the puzzles, or every color wheel, and when you have to mix them together, it makes so much fun. So I wish you a happy day, evening, morning, whenever you look my video, and I say bye, see you in the next, and happy hobby allerseits.